take the fine. Because the refs did not give us no calls tonight. We had to play through every bump, every grab. I don't know how we won tonight.
There's contact. Was it marginal or was it illegal?
At long last, episode 9, we think we finally got it.
Oh, man.
In hindsight, last couple tries, you're not going to know about this because we deleted this episode from existence because it was bad. A couple personal, couple work problems. And yesterday, what were we in? 37 minutes
37 minutes in.
And the laptop died. So officially, fully charged, fully ready to go. Episode 9, Marginal Contact Podcast. Me and your boy Mike Traxler. Leon,
Yes, sir.
Leon could not be here today. Some people might say that's a bonus. We don't know.
I like Lee.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. I just like giving him shit. But you know what? In hindsight, it might be a blessing in disguise that we didn't get this done until today because now we can talk about more NBA playoffs situations. First off, though, before we get into round 2, we need to recap round 1. And what's that word the Wolves did to the Suns?
When they grabbed the broom.
Yeah, I can't remember. It's when you clean something, because I usually don't clean. I make other people do that for me.
It's a sweep, B.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's a sweep. The Wolves swept the Suns 4-0. First series win in 20 years since 2004, since KG was the leader of the team. But we got our new KG, our new GOAT, Anthony effing Edwards.
And they did it easily, bro.
I will say, before the series started, after the way the regular season went versus the Suns, I was terrified. You walked me off the ledge of the cliff and told me we were going to be okay. So that's on you. All the credit to you.
Yeah, man. I knew that they couldn't match up with us. I knew that we were too big for them. They only had one big that was going to handle both of our bigs, and he didn't handle them very well.
I mean, I knew going into the series and into the season even that the Suns their depth was going to be their Achilles heel.
Yeah, you said that.
But, wow, once it got to the playoffs, I've never seen a more glaring weakness in a series in my life than their bench.
Bill was a shell of himself this whole series. Nobody could guard Ant. Nobody could guard Towns. Yeah.
Booker had a great game 4, but games 1 through 3, he didn't do anything, and McDaniels was in his head
He's in foul
from
trouble.
the tip-off of game 1.
Yeah, he was in foul trouble the whole series.
And, yeah, you know what? You let KD beat KD, as great as he is, and make other people beat you, and they couldn't do that.
They didn't have nobody to do that.
No. So, you know what? We're in round 2. After last night, though, we know the official matchup. Jamal Murray, the Lakers killer,
Oh, my God.
did it again.
2 times in one series.
Again.
Crazy.
Unreal. So we know Lakers lost in 5. So the Nuggets advance. We advance. Oh, man, here we go again. Wolves, Nuggets, I think the 2 most complete teams in the West. I wish this was happening in the West Finals, not the semis.
Facts.
But this is where we're at. So we got this. We don't know the times of the games yet, but we know game 1 is Saturday, game 2 is Monday, game 3 is in Minneapolis Friday, game 4 is here Sunday, and then obviously,
Damn, 4 days off between games?
in a series. That's
Crazy.
weird. That's weird. I've never seen that before. Anyway, we know our opponent. We know the matchup. I can't say there's a team in the NBA that the Wolves and Nuggets are more familiar with because we play each other all the time in the regular season.
What's the season series? Was it 3-1?
No, 2-2.
2-2. It was 2-2.
Each team won a game on their home court, and each team won a road game.
Woo.
And majority of all of those games were super, super, super tight and close.
Yep.
So this is about to be a bloodbath.
It's gonna be the most physical series of them all. Of all the series, East and West, is gonna be the most physical one.
Oh, by a long shot. I was hoping, even though as much as I hate the Lakers,
Facts.
I was hoping that the Lakers would steal one last night in Denver and at least make this go to 6. So, like, while the Wolves were resting, the Nuggets would have to play a little bit, get a little bit beat up. But no, both teams have, 5-6 days off.
They almost put it out though. Lakers almost put it out, but
Jamal Murray does
Crazy.
what Jamal Murray does.
Man.
Respect.
Man, it's facts.
Darvin Ham, LeBron James, see you wherever you go next because you're both about to be unemployed.
Nah.
Okay, all right. We'll get back to the series preview in 1 second. Let me ask you a question. Who is more likely to be the coach of their team next year? Darvin Ham or Frank Vogel?
Neither. You said more likely though?
Yeah.
Darwin Ham.
I could
Darvin
see
Ham.
Jeannie Buss giving Darvin Ham another year.
chance. Yes. I mean, you got to look at it. Their team was injured.
Who?
The Lakers. They had a lot of injuries this year.
No, they're
AD got injured this game last night.
Oh, weird. That's weird. You breathe on AD and he separates his shoulder. Well, he played.
That hit looked like it was a little girl hit. Like he didn't even hit hard, bro.
Okay, but in overall season, AD played more this year than he's played in probably the last 5 years.
He played 71 games this year.
At least.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah. LeBron played 73.
You know what? I don't like to give any Laker any credit, but AD had to have averaged over 30 points a game that series.
I mean, they led what is I seen on ESPN like 162 minutes out of the series.
And you lose in 5. That's wild. That's wild. That means
that makes me think our Timberwolves have a chance because
we
don't give up leads no more. Like
no,
we did
you know
last
what?
year.
Mike Conley is not going to let that happen.
No.
If we're playing the Nuggets and we're up by 8 in fourth quarter with 6 minutes left, we got the perfect point guard to calm things down,
Slow it down.
get the rotation going,
Run
get the
plays.
offense in set,
Run plays.
and go. And we have the defense. No one plays Jokic. You're not going to ever stop Jokic. He's that good. Crazy. You're not ever going to stop Murray. He's that good.
No. You could stop Murray. You put Ant on Murray, he stopped.
Who's Conley guard?
Conley? Put him on what's their shooter?
Caldwell Pope?
Yeah.
Well, and he rolled his ankle pretty bad last night. That didn't look good.
That didn't look good. So then, boom. Who's their second string shooting guard over there?
Reggie Jackson.
No, he's a point.
Second shooting guard?
Yeah. The little white boy they got.
Oh, Braun.
Yeah. So you put Mike on him? We match up well with this team.
It's about to be I think it goes. I'm gonna say, as obviously being a homer, I'm gonna say Wolves in 6. But I think
that shit going 7. I say Wolves in 7.
So you think in game 7 versus the defending champs, which would be in Denver.
We beat them at their house, like you said. We beat them last year at their crib, didn't we?
No, the only game we won in the playoffs was here.
I thought it was there.
But no, game 5, Ant missed that 3 at the buzzer that would have sent it to overtime.
Rudy has his highest average percentage.
Free throws.
No, shooting percentage.
Well, and free throws.
When Jokic is guarding him, he shoots 62% this year.
Let's just say it's going to be – I think it's going to be, regardless of who wins, this is going to be the most physical. This is going to be the best series of the entire playoffs.
Yeah, what other series is anybody looking forward to?
Nothing in the East. Nothing.
I mean, the Celtics and Knicks, that would be a good series to watch.
But that's another round away. You think anyone gives a you know what about the Celtics versus the winner of Cavs Magic, or the Knicks versus the winner of Knicks versus the winner of Pacers Bucks?
Yeah, that Pacers and Knicks, that would be a wild series.
It'd be high scoring, but I don't think the Pacers could beat the Knicks.
They could outshoot the Knicks, and if the Knicks aren't making their shots,
I'd say if that's the case, I'd say Knicks in 5.
Knicks in 6.
I mean, that sounds better.
Knicks in 6.
Knicks in 6. That's a good. Should make T-shirts right now. But we gotta wait. We gotta get there. So
get there. You're right.
So the West, after last night, 3 of the 4 are done. The Thunder
advanced,
put away the pathetic Pelicans.
Jeez, they didn't even put up a fight.
A team that has quit worse than that. I would fire Willie Green. I would trade C.J. McCollum. I would trade.
You can trade McCollum, get some assets back for him before it's too late.
I would just give up on Zion because the dude's never healthy in any important.
He's not gonna lose no weight. You got to give up on him.
I mean, he finally looked in shape. I'll be honest, man. Like, this is the best he's. Yeah, the way he jumps and with the authority that he goes up with. I just don't see him ever staying healthy.
Facts. His top is too big for his bottom.
Brandon Ingram, good, and then horrible, good, then horrible. But
he has to stay off the weed when he plays.
He's the modern day Sam Perkins, and his eyes barely open.
J.R. Smith.
Yeah, his eyes barely open. Barely. Michael Beasley would be proud.
Facts.
But okay, the Thunder have advanced, the Wolves have advanced, the Nuggets have advanced. The only other West series we got left, and this one could obviously go 7. It's at least going 6. Obviously, it's tied 2-2 right now.
Yep.
Tomorrow night, Game 5, Mavericks at Clippers.
That's tomorrow? I thought that was tonight.
No, tonight's all East. We got Cavs Magic tonight. We got Knicks Sixers tonight, and we got Bucks Pacers tonight.
Well,
AK,
two of those series are ending tonight over on the East, but
okay. Obviously, Cavs Magic can't end. That's 2-2.
The other two are ending.
I think some way, somehow, in Milwaukee, the Bucks push that to Game 6.
No Giannis and no Dame tonight.
Okay.
What?
I'm just telling you.
And Bobby Portis is suspended, right?
No, he just got ejected. He'll be back tonight.
Oh, I thought they suspended. Well, he got extra physical. Okay.
I'm telling you, I think the pace. I said before that series started when I saw the injury, and this was before even Dame was out. I said Pacers in 6.
You did.
So I got to stick with that, which means Milwaukee would have to win tonight, and then they lose Game 6 back in Indiana.
Tonight. The way Miles Turner is playing,
oh my God.
The way Halliburton is playing.
Miles Turner was so good in
the past 3 games.
Game 4, yeah. And
29 this series.
They do have a guy who's been there and done that, won a championship in Siakam.
Siakam, yeah. They're not matching up with them right now. They don't have nobody over there.
I just think maybe, I'm not saying the Pacers are taking it lightly, but being back in Milwaukee, I feel Milwaukee gets that home court jolt up their ass. And
so you think Middleton dropping 40, Brook Lopez is having 20. He hasn't had 20.
I bet you he has
to do 24 and 14.
Here's my X factor tonight. I bet you Malik Beasley has 25 points. 25 points. That's my X factor. If Malik Beasley shows up and has a game, Bucks send that back to Indianapolis, and we have Game 6. But I'm with you. The Knicks close out the Sixers tonight. I don't care what Embiid does. And, oh, my God, the Garden is going to be so all over him.
It's going to be loud.
They're going to be hyped because the Knicks are up 3-1. And with what Embiid said over the weekend about Knicks fans being in Philly and the game before doing those cheap shot dirty fouls, he's about to have the most hostile environment he's ever had as a pro.
I think he drops 40 still.
I don't.
His elimination games, he go crazy in elimination
I think
games.
Maxey goes off more than Embiid tonight, I think.
Have you looked at his stats for elimination games?
But I think Brunson, I think Anunoby, I think Harkenstein, I think Josh Hart, one of my favorite role players in the league.
The Villanova Knicks are going crazy tonight.
That's
They're
true.
Going to win.
Isn't that the Philadelphia 76ers are about to get beat in the playoffs by a team that's mostly from college players from Philadelphia. Wow.
That's crazy.
Wow. So, yeah, I'm with you on the Knicks. I kind of think the Magic finally steal a game on the road and beat the Cavs tonight. I just,
if that happens, then the Magic is winning that series.
I don't buy the Cavs at all. I think Donovan Mitchell, should not be in the conversation for
They don't have a true leader on that team.
No.
If they had a true leader, that team would be so good, bro. They have the pieces.
You have Garland, you got Jared Allen, you got Karis LeVert, you got Donovan Mitchell.
The pieces.
Yeah. I mean,
they don't have
even though he's a fat slob, you got George Niang.
George Niang is good though.
Which doesn't make any sense. When I went to the Wolves game when they play the Cavs here, I've never seen a fatter slob be more effective in an NBA game in my life.
Jokic, bro.
Jokic looks like
fat slob.
Fat
slow baby slob.
Jokic looks like a fitness model compared to what George Niang looks like. I'll say that right now. But dude, I don't buy. I don't think the Cavs. You know what the biggest thing about the Wolves is? You can tell they all love each other, no matter from 1 to 14. They're all on each other's side.
Even people that don't dress.
Yes,
they stay.
I don't think the Cavs like each other, and I think that's shown up on the 2 road games so far.
You can see that when they play.
Yes.
Oh man,
I mean, I can. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but it does not look like they like each other. And I think in a playoff series, that's going to bite you in the ass when you're playing the same team potentially 7 times in a row.
They got them young killers over there in Orlando.
Yeah, in Orlando, dude, the Wagner bros,
brothers, yes.
They're good. They're good. Paolo Banchero,
yeah,
looks like a tight end in the NFL. He's legit. Cole Anthony, one of the most underrated players in the NBA, in my opinion.
And he comes off the bench.
Yeah, exactly. Jonathan Isaac,
going crazy.
Finally healthy, going nuts.
Jalen Suggs, he's a pit bull on defense.
Minnesota
His D
boy
is just as almost good as Ant. Yeah, he had some good.
Way better Minnesota boy than that.
7 foot.
Who's that clown?
Linky guy.
Chent Holmgren, who's in that worst commercial of all time. Literally, the worst commercial of all time. I've never wanted to change the channel faster than when the What a Pro Wants commercial comes on. And it basically sums up your entire team, your entire franchise, your entire fan base are cringe-worthy, inbred pieces of trash.
They're young, bro.
Oklahoma, you live in Oklahoma City. What else do you have to do besides eat, stuff your face, be 300 pounds, and go to a Thunder game? Nothing.
I've never been to Oklahoma.
I never will go to Oklahoma.
I don't know nothing about Oklahoma.
No,
I don't think I want to go there either.
I think their skyline is shorter than my loft building that we're recording this in.
Isn't that where the Tiger King is from?
I don't know. I never watched that.
Joe Dirt, yeah, I think he's from there.
Not Joe Dirt. What is his name?
The Lion King. Whatever.
Joe.
It's Joe something.
It's Joe something.
But yeah, I think Oklahoma is where he's from. So I want to go there with none of that weird shit.
This is going to piss me off now. We got to Joe Exotic.
Joe Exotic,
not Joe Dirt. Joe Dirt, no disrespect, David Spade, one of the funniest movies I've ever seen in my life.
Facts.
Yes.
Facts.
But no, Oklahoma City, you're the 1 seed because I guarantee you if you went back and looked, and this would take some time, if you looked at every game they played, I bet they played more teams than anyone else in the league on the second night of a back-to-back, and I bet they played more teams resting their starters than anyone.
They had a lot of
They
home
are
games
not
too.
good. I mean, everyone has the same amount of home and road games, but they are not good. Chet Holmgren, you look like the kid from Willy Wonka who gets stretched out. You're weird. SGA, you're a foul-baiting bitch worse than James Harden on the Rockets. You're not good. And the dog barking thing, your whole roster is cringeworthy to 10-year-olds. I don't understand how you guys think you're funny, how you guys think you're cool, and your fan base is so stupid they've bought into it. I literally was watching Game 2 when they were playing the Pelicans, and they started playing Who Let the Dogs Out, and their fans literally started doing the
Really?
If God, please God, let the Thunder somehow shut up. Don't put that in. You know what that song means, right?
No. They had it on a kid movie. It can't be nothing bad.
Who let the dogs out? It's not dogs. It's fat, ugly women.
No.
Yes, it is. That's what it means. That's what it means. Yes, it is.
No.
Who let the dogs out and they bark? They're out at a bar and a bunch of fat whales walk in. That's what it means.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Think about it.
We love BBWs over here.
Also love cardio and the gym. Anyways, the Thunder, your fans suck. Your team sucks. Your interviews suck. I pray that the Wolves get you in the West Finals because the Nuggets would be a battle. We would sweep your sorry asses.
You think they'll battle the Nuggets? Either way, the Nuggets or Wolves is going to beat them 5-1.
I don't think the Thunder make it past round 2. Whoever wins the Clippers
they have a better
Mavericks
chance.
series is going to win that second round.
They have a better chance beating the Clippers than they do the Mavericks. Even though I think the Clippers beat the Mavericks in this series.
You do even without Kawhi Leonard. You think the
I think
Clippers
the Clippers win without Kawhi.
Clippers in 7?
7. This series is going 7 for sure.
I mean,
I think Oklahoma has a better chance against the Clippers than they do the Mavericks.
You're putting your playoff faith in Paul George and James Harden, two guys that have consistently choked.
I know. But I like Ty Lue.
I don't think he's a bad coach, but I don't understand why he has the reputation he does.
He's a good coach, bro.
He got lucky in one series with the Cavs and won a championship when LeBron was prime LeBron, and Draymond hit him in the dick, and they suspended him, and the Cavs came back from a 3-1 deficit. We all know what happened.
Yeah.
Since then, what has Ty Lue done?
He coaches well.
Give me Chris Finch over Ty Lue any day. Any day.
I mean, that's because Finch is authentic. Like he had to build this team up.
Who would you take if you had to win one game? Who would you take, Ty Lue or Joe Mazzulla?
Ty Lue.
I would too. All right. Ty Lue or Ime Udoka?
Who's Udoka coaching right now?
Houston.
The Rockets?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck Udoka. He's a good-ass coach,
He would still be the Celtics coach if he didn't cheat on his wife.
Nia
Long,
baby.
you deserve better.
You should have came over this way.
Hey.
Shoot.
Nia, you want to be on Marginal Contact? You can sit right in the middle of this couch any day, any episode you want.
You got a spot. You ain't got to sit in the middle. You can sit right here.
Yeah, or on
So gorgeous.
You know what? We got to be careful. We got to be careful here. We got to be careful. Anyway, I'm with you. So second round is starting to take shape. I think, and I'm not even saying this anymore as from a homer standpoint, Wolves Nuggets will be the most competitive, most entertaining,
it is
best series in either conference.
Yeah, for sure.
Sadly, the East, from the way it's shaken out, if
Porzingis is injured. That did not look good last night.
It did not, but they're not going to lose to the Heat.
No,
they're not going to even without Porzingis, they ain't losing
to Cleveland or Magic.
Yeah,
no.
And the Knicks, if it was a Knicks Milwaukee series and Giannis and Dame were fully healthy,
the Knicks are winning.
That'd be a badass series. But without both those guys, like no.
I mean, it would be a bad series if the Knicks were fully healthy. And
because they
Milwaukee was still fully healthy.
Yeah, there's no Julius Randle, there's no Giannis, exactly. And there might be no Dame.
Yeah, so
that's watered down crap.
That is watered down.
And then
for a good series, you got to wait for the Eastern Conference Finals.
If it was Knicks Celtics, that in the East, that's get your popcorn ready, watching type stuff.
That is a good series.
Because they genuinely hate each other. They genuinely are. Every game that this year they've played has been. I mean. The last one they played, the Knicks blew them out, but the Celtics were kind of resting players before the playoffs. But every other game has been back and forth, like intense, like not ticky-tack foul type of action. Facts. So I'm down for that. But as far as the semis go, the only series that matter are going to be in the West.
Yeah.
Because whoever comes out of the Clippers, Mavs, which we both agree and are predicting goes 7, versus the Thunder, who are obviously they're going to have probably 5, 6, 7 days to rest, but they're young. And you give me Kyrie versus that lineup, I'm taking the Mavs all day.
You hear me? I said they can't. They're not going to beat the Mavs. If the Mavs make it past this round,
but the one that's already set in stone, the one that's going to be the marquee, should be on the prime time every night they play. 2-2 in the regular season. We've said it before today. Each team won on the other team's court. Each team won on their own court once. 2-2, amazing games, amazing respect between these two teams. Wolves Nuggets, man.
This is a series every basketball fan
I think the winner
looking
of
forward to right now.
I think the winner of Wolves Nuggets goes to the NBA Finals for the Western Conference.
Yeah,
and
the Wolves and the Nuggets have a winning record against the Celtics, which is projected to come out of the East.
I mean, the Wolves went 1-1 against them. But so I went to the game that was here. Wolves won in overtime.
Yeah.
Then I watched the entire game
that was there
in Boston. The Wolves lost in overtime.
Yeah.
So if you're giving me a 7-game series with two teams that are that closely matched in the NBA Finals, I'll call out of work for 2 straight weeks. Like, give me that. I think Wolves Celtics would be the best finals since Lakers Celtics, Kobe versus KG. Paul Pierce. Paul Gasol versus Kendrick Perkins.
Yeah.
The one that went 7 that Kobe won. I think it'd be the best, most.
So the year after Celtics won. Because Kobe lost that year, then he went back and won the next year against the Celtics.
Was it the next year or was it the year after? Because what year did they beat the Magic? Wasn't there a year in between?
No.
It was back-to-back?
Back-to-back,
okay.
Yeah.
So he beat the Magic, lost to the Celtics, then beat the Celtics.
Okay.
Okay. Well, all we can say as Minnesota residents and diehard Timberwolves fans
grab your popcorn.
It's nice to be talking about Wolves games still upcoming
in April.
I mean, tomorrow is going to be May 1st.
May.
And we're talking about the Wolves still playing. That hasn't happened in 20 years. So this is already epic. We're not satisfied. And you know what the best part is? Is I know that the team is not satisfied. They know that
Did you see their face when they won that game?
Yep.
They didn't really have no smiles. Of course, they was happy that they won that series, but they're like, we got more fucking work to do.
And the last shot of the game or in the series last year was Ant barely missing a 3. You know he's been thinking about that all year. He wants another shot at Denver. And last
Kill
year versus
everything in front of
Denver,
him.
we didn't have Nas Reed. He had a broken wrist. We didn't have Jaden McDaniels. He had a broken hand.
Yep.
Guess what? We're fully healthy. They're fully healthy. Let's go. This is about to be a heavyweight fight, throw down, epic. This is going to be like,
Our bench is better than their bench. That's where we're winning at one right there already.
yes, this is about to be John Cena versus The Rock.
Oh, my
This is
God.
about to be Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar. This is about to be just WrestleMania main event level type of entertainment right here.
It's gonna go.
Let's
it's gonna
go.
be crazy. There's not gonna be no blowouts. It's gonna go down to the wire every game.
I mean, I'm excited, but I'm also, thank God it doesn't start for another 5 days because I need my nerves to calm down.
I'm also happy that the Lakers played as physical they did with them. Got them tired a little bit.
Yeah, well, that's why I wanted to go another game.
Yeah.
At least one more game. Here's a question now that the Lakers are out, and thank you, Nuggets, for that. Like I said, I wish it would have gone 6 or 7, but I wanted the Nuggets to win. Would you take if you had to place a bet right now, game 1 next year, is LeBron on the Lakers or is he on another team? Which way you going?
I say he's on the Lakers.
Man,
I say he's on the
I'm
Lakers.
going the other way. I think he's bailing on him. What if, hypothetically, and this is strictly, I haven't read this anywhere, I haven't heard this anywhere, this is just my crazy sports mind going into its own, thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Klay Thompson's a free agent. What if the Warriors say, hey, Klay, you know what? Thanks for everything. Thanks for helping us win championships, but get out.
I don't think they're gonna do that. I think
Hold
Klay
on.
stays.
Hold on.
Mhm.
Let me finish. They use his max salary spot to sign LeBron when they tell, hey, LeBron, if you sign here with us, we will draft your worthless son, Bronny, who averaged 5 points on the worst team in the Pac-12, USC, got Andy Enfield fired, who was Dunk City FGCU coach. Andy, you deserve better than that. What if they give him a max contract and guarantee that they'll draft his kid, even though his kid has no business being in the NBA? This kid's not even a D1 basketball player in college, in my opinion. You don't think he'd leave for that, though? For 2 years to play with Steph Curry and his worthless kid before he retires?
Talk about his son. His son didn't do anything.
He's related to his dad, right? So he's catching my strays. And he's not good at basketball.
He's good at basketball. In order to get a scholarship,
He's
good
not
at basketball.
NBA good at bat. He
No, he's
averaged
not NBA good
5
right now.
points a game. He wouldn't play a second at Duke or Kentucky.
No.
The only reason he was at USC is because Daddy's down the street for the
He should have
Lakers.
went to a mid-major. It'd have been better for him.
Bron's other kid's better than Bronny.
Bryce is almost fucking 6'5" now. Bryce is tall as hell.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, Bronny gets drafted by the Warriors as a charity pick. LeBron gets Clay's money.
If you're the Warriors, do you waste a fucking pick though?
It wouldn't be a first-round pick. No one's touching Bronny. You wouldn't have to trade up. You wouldn't have to give everything up. If the Warriors have a second-round pick, and all you had to do to make sure that LeBron gets to play with Steph Curry for 2 years is draft that kid in the second round, you're doing it.
Yeah, I'm doing it. It's just
Then he still gets to stay in California.
that's not a guaranteed chip though.
I'm not saying it's a guaranteed chip, but I think it's a better situation than the Lakers are going to be.
Yeah, I mean,
What are the Lakers going to do to get better?
they're talking about. Well, what I heard Trae Young might be going over there.
Okay, do you think that makes anybody better?
Yeah, that makes them better.
He's the worst.
He's a better shooter than D'Lo.
He's
D'Lo don't play defense, so you can't.
D'Lo will not be on the Lakers next
No,
year. I
he's
think we
not.
can both agree
Unless
on that.
But who's taking him? Who's taking D'Lo?
He'll be a free. He has a player option, so
Yeah,
he'll
he has a player option.
he'll opt out. Some middle of the road bottom feeder. You know where I could see him going? Actually,
Phoenix.
no,
Phoenix. They
that's
need a
not.
PG.
Yeah, but that's
He could play with them over there.
that's not the type of point guard they need. I bet
Yes,
you know
it
what?
is.
I could see him going back to Brooklyn.
No. If I was him, I wouldn't even go fucking back there. I'm like, no, I would rather sit out a whole year until somebody else time to pick me up and go to fuck back
He's
there.
not giving up money.
I mean, no.
What about who's Chicago's point guard? If Lonzo never plays again,
They got that got blonde hair.
Kobe White.
Yeah,
All
he's
right,
nice.
never mind. Take that. Strike that from the record. I mean,
D'Lo want to stay a contender. He's going to go to a team that's still a contender.
maybe you have a point with Phoenix. Maybe
That's the type of point guard they need.
well, look at what
He still facilitates. He
look
can
at how
shoot.
much better the Wolves got once they switched him out for Mike Conley.
But Mike Conley not the only person that came with him.
Okay, Alexander Walker at that time was a throw-in piece. Nobody thought or knew he was going to be this great.
Was Rudy there before Mike Conley came?
Yes, Rudy was in the offseason. Mike Conley was in midseason.
So you really can't say.
D'Lo did nothing to try to help and make Rudy work here. Look at Rudy's numbers from the D'Lo trade, pre-D'Lo trade and post-D'Lo trade. It's night and day.
But you got to realize the type of atmosphere, the type of person D'Lo is, he got to play in the right atmosphere, in the right system. It's too much pressure on him out there in L.A.
There's no pressure
It's-
when you have
when you're playing with LeBron, there's pressure on you. LeBron put that pressure on you as a player.
if you're the third or fourth option on a team with LeBron and AD, then you shouldn't have pressure on you.
D'Lo's going to be the fourth option over there in Phoenix, maybe the fifth.
Behind,
All he has to do is
behind
facilitate, shoot.
Grayson Allen, maybe
Yeah.
even, yeah.
So like,
Okay, but with Phoenix's payroll, D'Lo would have to take basically a veteran minimum salary. Which
fuck that. You tell
I don't
Bill,
see him
you
doing.
You tell Bill, like, bitch, you need to take a pay cut because you didn't do shit.
It's a guaranteed contract. He doesn't have to do anything.
I know. And then you got fucking
You're gonna-
51 coming from
Yeah.
KD and 40 coming from Booker.
Those,
Oh my God.
yeah, no, that's why the Suns are screwed. They're all those three are locked in, basically at $50 million a year next year.
Crazy.
No one's taking a pay cut.
Nobody's taking. I mean, I would though, in order to get a chip.
And dude, Royce O'Neal's a free agent. Josh Okogie's a free agent.
Fuck
Which
them. I mean, you can get rid of them. They
I mean,
didn't make
they
a
signed
difference.
Grayson Allen's locked up there for the next 4 years.
You could find some free agents. You can find some bench players.
Well, that owner better be willing to pay the luxury tax because
got to.
there's
He
no
better.
way.
He's a new owner. You know, to
Yeah,
prove
and
a
look,
point.
he tried to make the big splash move, and look how that worked out.
Yeah.
He got swept in the first round. Swept in the first round with a team with Booker, KD, and Beal. So I don't know how much wiggle room they're going to have to make anything to make that roster better.
Facts.
So I don't know. I don't know where D'Lo's going to go, but I would bet my house he is not a Laker next year.
I don't think he's gonna be I think he's gonna be with Phoenix next year. I honestly think that.
Well, then he better be ready. I mean, he's made a lot of money, so don't get me wrong, but he better be ready. And these dudes' egos don't let this happen. But if he's going to be a Phoenix Sun, he better be ready to take a massive pay cut. Massive
What
pay
is he
cut.
making over there in LA?
19 a year. He was making 31 a year on the T-Wolves. He already got his salary basically cut in half, going down to 19. If he signs with the Suns, there's no way they could give him more than like 5.
They can give him 12.
No, not with their salary cap, man. You're already in the luxury tax. You got to think about that. He'd have to take.
Sorry, Katie. I tried to get you a PG, bro.
I could see a guy who might, and this guy did not look good this year, but I think he'd be more willing to take a veteran minimum pay cut than D'Lo at this point. You bring Chris Paul back.
No.
If you're Phoenix.
No.
He doesn't have to score for you, but he would be.
Does.
He would
you
be
need a PG that can still score.
He can give you 10 points a game, but he'd be the guy that would get Booker and Durant and Beal open shots and facilitate.
No.
And I hate Chris Paul.
No.
I hate Chris Paul.
No.
But I think he would be the Suns' best option.
No.
Then who else?
I
If
told
it's
you
not
who
D'Lo, if it's not Chris Paul, give me a point guard. Oh, you know who's a free agent?
Who?
I don't think he'd take a minimum, though. Oh, my God. This makes me want to throw up what I'm about to say. Tyus Jones.
That might work.
Tyus
That might work.
Jones. He's on the Wizards. They're terrible. He's a free agent.
Yeah,
he's
that
not resigning there.
That might work for them, low key.
But he's going to want 12 to 15 mil a year.
Nah. He's only at like 10, 11 right now.
Okay, and he has the best assist to turnover ratio in the league. He's going to want more. Unless he thinks, and I'm sure by our standards, clearly he's made enough. But by NBA standards, he probably doesn't feel that way, unless he's willing to take a huge pay cut to try to win a
Not gonna
championship.
be a huge pay cut. It's gonna be $2 million, $2.5 million. That's not huge.
Well, then then their owner better be rich enough and willing enough to pay the ultimate luxury tax fine, because that's the only way.
I think he is.
So, okay.
I think he's going.
I think, and I hate Tyus Jones because the Wolves took him in the draft as a charity pick because he was from Apple Valley, but he's turned out to be a lot better than I expected.
We didn't even take him in the draft.
We traded for him. The Cavs took him, and we traded for him on draft night. So we technically took him.
He played in the Timberwolves uniform before?
His first years in the league were on the T-Wolves.
Tyus?
Yes.
Damn, where the fuck was I at?
I don't know.
Yeah, I went to them games too.
Must have been
That's crazy.
You must have been in that McGarry's basement too much, bro.
Yeah. All them fucking fumes.
Yeah, we had Tyus Jones for the first few years of his career, and he was the backup to Rubio and Jeff Teague.
Okay. Oh my God. If you've been a Wolves fan for that long,
can we talk about respect to Jeff Teague's podcast? Is probably the funniest podcast.
the stories that he tell.
Those three dudes are so funny together. I want to collaborate with them. That's where I want Marginal Contact to get to the point where we can do something with Teague's podcast, because between basketball and WWE, the stories that we could all tell.
You got Jackson and Barnes podcast. I need to get high with them. Smoke some weed with them.
What is their show called? Up in the cloud. I don't know either. But I don't know. Anyway, Marginal Context keeps getting bigger.
Stay getting bigger.
Boom. So one of these days, I want to be collaborating with McAfee, Jeff Teague, Steven Jackson, KG, Paul Pierce.
Man.
The only one I'd say no to, I don't care. Draymond Green, you can stay by yourself. I don't want to be on your show. I don't want you on my show. Just saying, bro.
I bet he's eating his words that he said all about the Timberwolves this past year. Same old T-Wolves, huh?
He just released another episode yesterday, and it's the dumbest. It comes up on my Bleacher Report. The few clips I've seen, the guy is one of the dumbest humans on the planet. Yeah. Not even.
He knows basketball, but he doesn't know.
He doesn't know basketball.
He knows about basketball.
No, he knows how to get kicked out of basketball games, but he doesn't know basketball.
He knows the X's and O's.
He pulled the golden ticket from Willy Wonka out of his ass when he landed on the Golden State Warriors.
I hated Draymond in Michigan State.
If he was on any other team besides the Warriors those years, he would not still be in the league.
Listen, I was a Ohio State fan.
Yuck.
When they were
Greg Oden and Mike Conley.
No. After that, I wasn't a fan with them there. It's more like when they had the fuck is his name? I can't think of his name.
D'Lo?
Yeah, when they had D'Lo, even before D'Lo, the little white boy they had. AJ McCarron? No, that's football.
No, that's football. Aaron Kraft.
Aaron Kraft.
Dude, it felt
was
like
the best college
he
point
was so
guard ever.
good, and I know he was only there 4 years, but he's one of those guys that felt like he was there for a decade.
Man, they had a squad.
Yeah,
They had a good team.
That was all right. So that's probably around the same time. That's when college basketball was great. As a Badger fan, I miss Frank Kaminsky and Sam Decker days for the Badgers. They were so good. They're the ones that beat when Kentucky had Cat and was undefeated, and the Badgers beat them in the Final Four. Is my favorite college basketball moment of my entire life.
You still believe Okafor?
No.
They were projected to have him better than Cat in the NBA?
How about this? For his great
What?
on that Final Four Saturday when Wisconsin beat Kentucky, I was on that much of a high. Then 48 hours later, they lose to Duke. They were up by 8 with 3 minutes left. And Grayson Allen and Tyus Jones were the reasons that Duke won, not Jahlil Okafor or Justice Winslow.
Jahlil Okafor played himself out of the fucking league.
You know who's going to be a bigger bust and was as probably even a better college player than Jahlil Okafor? Zach Edey. There's no way that guy plays in the NBA. No.
I mean, I could see him having a Zubac type role.
No. Zubac moves so much. You know who Zach Edey's going to be?
Who?
Boban. He's going to be a 7'4".
I haven't watched too much of Zach Edey, but
he's going to be a 7'4" goon because he's 7'4". He's going to be in the league, but his feet and defenses are so slow. His defense is so bad. You cannot guard a pick and roll if you are Zach Edey in the NBA the way the game is now. But you're going to be 7'4", so you'll sit on a bench for 12 years, collect some paychecks, make a nice living, and then no one will remember you 6 seconds after you retire. That's what Zach Edey's going to be.
I hope not though. I hope he not. I like to see these young guys get a chance in the NBA.
I mean,
But Luka was projected to be just like that. Luka Garza.
and he can't get off
He
the
can't get
Wolves
off the
bench.
Wolves bench.
And he's
But
1,000
you
times.
said to say what though? Like the Wolves got big men that you can't really play behind. I mean that you can't start in front.
I
of
think,
right
but I think Luka is 1,000 times better than Zach Edey.
now.
And
You
look,
put Luka
and
in a
he
different
can't.
NBA team. He could start.
I don't think he could start. I think he could get rotational. Like
Put him on
six.
the Jazz. Put him with the Jazz.
Oh, so a team that has no intentions of making the playoffs.
Oh yes.
Cool. All right. So yeah, put him on Portland or put him on.
Yeah, he's starting.
Put him on Detroit.
Detroit got Wiseman. He's been going crazy. He went
But
crazy.
okay,
last
but
year.
that's not a goal of these guys. They don't want to be starters on loser teams. Garza's if remember that game versus the Nuggets when Nas was hurt.
That is a goal to be a starter in the NBA. Period. No matter what team you're on, that's a goal coming out of college.
I don't think Zach Edey would start on the Pistons. I don't think Zach Edey would start on the Wizards. I don't think Zach Edey would start on the Blazers.
He'll start on the Wizards.
I think he'd be in the G. I don't think he makes it out of the G League unless someone gets hurt.
Who has the first pick this year?
They haven't done
They
the
haven't
they
done
haven't
lottery
done the lottery yet. That'll happen probably in the next month.
Damn, what take
But
them
this
so
is
long?
this is the worst draft class
Yeah, I know.
I've
Nobody paid
ever
attention to
seen.
basketball.
Ever seen.
College basketball.
Thank God the Wolves are good right now because if they were in the lottery this year, I'd be like, well, we're screwed.
Thank God that women college basketball did what they did for the sport because
Yeah,
nobody
hey,
paid attention to
Caitlin Clark, you need to be a guest on Marginal
See what
Contact.
the Gatorade contract she signed?
Yeah, and the Nike contract. She's badass.
What, bro?
You know what?
Crazy. Speaking of women
She's
college basketball,
she's kinda
Candace Parker retired. Gotta
Yeah,
give her flowers.
respect Candace Parker,
Give
the
her
the
flowers.
first woman basketball player I ever respected. And the second's Caitlin Clark. But anyway,
Caitlin Clark, yeah, she getting her money.
Candace Parker is a badass. She was the first, like I said, the first girl that I ever watched that, and I'm not trying to sound like this. Probably sounds sexist. Probably sounds like a dick. I'm not trying to be. Candace Parker is the first one that played basketball that I thought looked like real basketball watching a women's game. It's come a long way since her, but I also now love her as an analyst on TNT and for NCAA March Madness. I think she is great.
She's smart as hell.
She's beautiful. Like, when she's sitting at a desk and you can't tell that she's 6'8", I'm like, man, she's hot. She's hot. But then she stands up and could palm my head with her hand. I don't know how that would work.
Hey,
Anyway,
palm
but
my head. Kid.
respect to Candace Parker, trailblazer.
Facts.
So yeah, and now we got for the first time in my life, I actually watched the WNBA kind of regularly with Caitlin Clark coming in.
I'm definitely gonna watch it. These young girls about to go crazy.
Yeah.
Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, you got
That's
Caruso,
true. Yeah, so these
and Angel Reese and the girl that just won championship in South Carolina on the same team this year. What?
Yeah, get these petty, jealous old bitches out like Sue Bird and Diana
They're not even
Taurasi.
playing no more. They've been out.
But they're so jealous.
They're analysts. They're not even jealous.
Yeah,
Anymore.
no, listen to when they're analysts. All they do is rip Caitlin Clark. It's pathetic because they're so jealous of her.
Because she's pulling up for 40 and banking that bitch.
And people are actually going to women's games now and want to see them play. You know who didn't go to women's game when they were playing? People never went to watch Sue Bird or Diana Taurasi.
Yeah, people went to go watch Diana. She went crazy. She was cold in college, so you went to go watch her.
At UConn,
Especially when
people-
her and Maya Moore was playing against each other in the championship.
Maya Moore, there's another legend right there.
Facts.
And she quit in her prime to do some cool.
Got 4 championships and just quit. Like
Yeah, but she did that. She got that wrongfully accused person out of
her
jail.
husband now.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, okay. There's another layer I didn't know about. Oh my God. All right. Cool. All right. Well, before we go, we've done about 40 minutes on pure basketball, which is what deserves the majority of our content right now.
Big facts.
But let's give a little, anyone who's been listening to me on Marginal Contact and before on that other show that was terrible because of that other person knows I'm a Packer fan. Mike over here, Vikings guy.
Skull.
So we know our teams. We know the NFC North. We follow football as much as we follow basketball. So we're not going to go pick by pick, but we're going to give you a couple of our biggest winners, losers, sleepers on the draft.
So what, the whole NFL?
Go
All right.
on
bet.
anything you want to say on the draft. Go.
I say the biggest winner Even though I hate this shit.
Don't say the Bears. Don't say the Bears. Please don't say the Bears.
The Bears, bro.
No.
The Bears. Even though they're not, I don't think they're going to be good this year. The Bears, bro.
If they don't
have a defense, so next year they're going to have to work on that defense.
But offensively between
bro,
what they drafted and what they signed in free agency.
Oh my God. Yeah. They just need an O-line too.
You got Caleb Williams, you got and then they drafted
Keenan Allen, DeAndre Swift.
And they drafted the Washington what's his name?
Adoozie?
Adoozie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we're forgetting about they still have DJ Moore. Man, they're loaded on the offense. LJ making an appearance on Marginal.
No.
Hey, get down, guys. I don't want to see that in the podcast on YouTube.
They did last time.
Hey.
But
anyway, so yeah, the Bears, from a roster standpoint,
biggest winners
look pretty loaded.
Biggest losers, the Dallas Cowboys.
I was going to say them, and I have another one tied for first. Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo.
You gave.
Dallas. Oh my God.
You gave the team that you can't beat in the playoffs. You let them trade up to your draft pick to take I think the best wide receiver in the draft, the dude from Texas, and you just gave Mahomes another weapon. What are they doing? You trade Stephon Diggs. You need a receiver.
They don't get a running back nor a receiver.
You not only do you give your pickup, you give it to the team that you can't beat. And what do? They give Mahomes another speedster down the field weapon. What the fuck are they doing?
I think they're going to rebuild mode, bro. There's really no rebuilding.
How are you rebuilding when you have Josh Allen?
There's really no rebuilding in the NFL, but they're going to. I think they're revamping their roster.
I got one more loser that
No, you can't talk about the Dallas Cowboys.
I got one worse than the Cowboys. Now that I think about it, the Denver Broncos.
Oh my God!
You take
God,
Bo Nix, who's going to be the worst quarterback in this draft class.
You got Zach Wilson.
Have you ever seen a worse quarterback room? You got Jarrett Stidham, you got Zach Wilson, and you got Bo Nix. You got loser, and you got the biggest blowhard, douchebag, phony piece of shit
as a coach.
Sean Payton is the biggest clown. He should be walking around with a red nose and makeup. He's that big of a clown.
No wide receivers.
Nothing.
They don't have shit over there.
You let Jerry Jeudy go to the Browns. I mean, not that he was elite, but at least he was a receiver.
They got nothing over there, bro.
And you're in the same, I think we're going to draft Bo Nix and trade for Zach Wilson. Really, bro? You're in the same division as Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, who now has Harbaugh as his coach, and the Raiders. I would take Gardner Minshew throwing with his offhand blindfolded over Zach Wilson or Bo Nix.
Facts.
The Broncos will be 2-15 this year.
Shitty.
Will be the worst. Maybe they're trying to suck. You know what? In all seriousness, this just popped into my head. Maybe they're trying to suck bad enough for the next couple of years to take Arch Manning when he can go in the draft. Because
Let's see how Archie do this shit.
If that's not the case, then
where's he at, in Texas?
Yeah. And he crushed it at the spring game.
I might need to watch Archie this year. You know, Peyton, my favorite player ever. I might need to watch.
I want to know what that is in that family's DNA, because all they do is
winning,
just pump out, not just first rounders, MVP and
oh my God,
Hall of Fame level players.
Winning, they breathe, eat football, sleep football.
Like they make the Watt family, the Matthews family, the Bosa family look bad. That's how good the Manning family is.
Facts.
It's crazy.
Facts.
Crazy.
They're winning. So, I mean.
And from a standpoint in the NFC North, from our teams, I like what the Packers did.
Packers are number one in our division right now, I feel like.
I agree. Packers never miss on O-line. No. So taking the tackle from Arizona, first round, it wasn't a sexy pick. It was a smart pick. And then
defense just got so cold over there. I hate the fucking Packers.
Their second and third rounds were my favorite picks. I mean, they just loaded up on spots where they didn't need to load up, but you can never be too deep at linebacker. You can never be too deep at safety.
No, you can't. But the pick, but besides the obvious pick for the Vikings that you hate,
JJ McCarthy, because he looks like Brendan Fraser's.
Fair weather on him. I don't know yet about him.
He looks like Brendan Fraser's love child.
Other than that, we'd had a great fucking draft.
The fact that you got Dallas Turner, right? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Where you got him, that scares me.
And
That scares me. I'm not going to lie.
He's just as good as who was the second pick that got picked last year in the first round.
You put me on
That
this.
went to Houston. The defense end. Both played at Alabama. They both played at Alabama.
You put me on the spot. I know who you're talking about, but I'm not going to be able to think of his name right now.
They're best friends, and they train together. They do all that. They work together.
I will say this. A year ago at this time, I bet most people would have looked at the NFC North as one of the first or second weakest divisions in the NFL. Now I bet you they're the first or second strongest, top to bottom.
Top to bottom for sure.
The Packers
are going to win 9.
The Packers are the youngest team in the league. Made the playoffs, almost beat the 49ers last year in the divisional round.
I say all of us win 9 games or more this
Yeah, I mean the Lions were in the NFC Championship. Vikings, yeah, you don't have Kirk Cousins anymore. We don't, you have Sam Darnold, who's I think has never had a chance to prove himself because when he was on the Jets, they were terrible. When he was on the Panthers, he was terrible. He backed up Brock Purdy last year, who obviously Purdy deserved that job. So if he gets a chance to play, I think the Vikings could be good with him throwing to Jefferson and Addison and Aaron Jones as your running back now. You'll have Hawkinson back.
Oh, my God. Brandon Powell's a beast still.
Now, yeah, I mean, the Bears are
And we're talking about getting Tosh Boyd.
Man, the NFC North. Damn.
If we get him added to our wide receiver room.
I'll tell you who my under the radar outside the NFC North, who I think, and clearly this is going to sound kind of biased, but I think the best steal of the draft was the Jets taking FSU Jordan Travis because he can recover from that leg injury, sit for 2 years behind the GOAT, Aaron Rodgers, learn from the best, and didn't just step into a perfect situation.
He was in the Heisman race
until he got hurt. Yes. If he wouldn't have gotten hurt, he would have been a first-round draft pick.
That year before last, what they went? 12-1?
They made the playoff.
11-2 or something like
that. They made the playoff.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good pickup.
I think that's the Jets set themselves up beautifully. And if Aaron Rodgers plays every game this year, the Jets are winning the AFC East. The Bills took a huge step back. Dolphins are basically the same team.
No, Dolphins lost a lot of defense that came over here to Minnesota. But
yeah, probably because of Flores.
Yeah.
He was the coach. I mean, maybe could have been because of Flores.
Facts.
All right. Well, NBA heavy. Obviously, during the playoffs, NFL draft, mini recap. We can go into that in the later episodes, but basically want to get this episode out. Sorry again for last week and yesterday. We would have had this out, but then the laptop died. But you know what? Marginal context about being consistent. Got it up today. I think this was a great week. Great content. Great back and forth. Great knowledge. Great predictions.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And Leon will be back next week. But from your boy Brandon and the co-host Mike Traxler, Marginal Contact Episode 9. Thanks for listening. Talk to you soon.
Deuces.
We out.
Because the refs did not give us no calls tonight. We had to play through every bump, every grab. I don't know how we won tonight.
There's contact. Was it marginal or was it illegal?